So what's the difference between assessed value and the fair market value? Sometimes when I'm working with a buyer, they'll look at what the assessed value is versus the list price, and they think that there needs to be a correlation or those numbers need to be closer together. In a strong seller's market, very rarely does the assessed value and the fair market value ever kind of line up on the nose. There's usually some kind of discrepancy, especially in a strong seller's market. What is assessed value? Assessed value is what the town, county, village uses to help determine what you're going to be paying in taxes for every year on that property. So it's very common that houses get reassessed, and towns do that for one big reason: their budget, right? If they could reassess a house and increase the assessed value, then that also increases how much in taxes you pay in a year, which puts more money in the town, county's pockets. Now, market value is what the property would bring on the open market. Meaning, if we took your house and we put it on the MLS, this is the value that you would pull from the sale of your house. This number can go up, it can go down. This number is a little bit more sporadic because there's a lot of factors that go into it. The trend lately over the past couple of years is market value has just gone up and up and up and up because it's such a strong seller's market. When I'm working with a seller to determine what the market value is, I'm looking at comparable houses that have sold in the last 6 months that match, same bedrooms, same baths, same square footage, same style, same lot size. I try to find other houses that match apples to apples with the subject property. Hardly ever do I look at what the assessed value is, because what's important to me is what the market is showing that they could get for their house. And it could go up, it could go down, but there's just so many factors that go into determining market value. So one thing to remember, if you're purchasing a property that's far above the assessed value, remember, in the coming years, you could have a reassessment, and a big reassessment on your house, which means having to pay way more taxes than you have planned for. I've even had clients recently get their houses reassessed this past year for 20 grand. Now, they're not paying 20 grand additional for their taxes, but that does affect their percentage and what they have to pay every year for their property taxes. And the worst thing that can happen is getting taxed and reassessed out of your home. So make sure you plan and have a budget to account for a higher assessment in the near future, because it's ultimately will happen in a market like this. To keep it simple, assessed value is the value put on a house to determine what they would pay for in property taxes every year. The market value is what a seller uses to help determine what they would get from their house if they put it up for sale on the MLS. It's very important to know that there's two different numbers. They won't always even out, and sometimes there might be a bigger gap between the two of them. But make sure you're informed and prepared. If you're in a position where your house gets reassessed for 20, 30, 40 grand, go back to your real estate agent and have them pull some comparables in the area, because those comparables can help you fight it with the town so you don't get faced with a giant reassessment on your house, and it could end up saving you a good chunk of change. I hope this video was helpful, and if you've had a reassessment done recently, I would love to know what your house got reassessed for, what the increase was, because I'm hearing a lot of different things from different people, and I would love to hear what your house got reassessed for. Is it 20 grand more? Was it a 5% more? Was it a percentage? Was it a dollar amount? Let me know in the comments, because I would really love to hear your thoughts.